excellent field position to start the fourth quarter. Burnett with the return. And he cut it back and ran into traffic at the 35. So the field position not as good. And now they're ruling officially the end of the third quarter here at McMahon.
In the backfield to the right of your screen is Nick Lewis in the bunch formation, and you'll see the key seal block right there by Nick Lewis to open up that run lane for Matt Walters, and he takes it into the end zone. His first touchdown, his Canadian Football League career on Labor Day.
Big Nick Lewis, who does just about everything and has his patented hurdle to boot.
Well, he's so physical. We've showed you that side of his game, that tacklers want to try and take him low and cut him down. And when they do that, he can make you look silly quickly. And how he gets his big frame up there, I'm not sure, but he can do it.
You know, we reached the halfway point of the CFL season here, and you think about halfway MOPs, and he's got to be in the discussion, doesn't he? J.C. Sherritt, of course, and there's a guy by the name of Calvillo in Montreal, and Chris Williams, who lit it up again today.
Keep his kiss cam up. Just saying.
Simone Lawrence was shaken up on the kickoff, and he makes his way slowly to the Eskimos sidelines. So now the Eskimos look for a response. They trail by 5 as they start from the 38. And look for a bunch here. Great curve! And it's knocked down. Keon Raymond in his hip pocket made the play defensively.
You know that adjustment we talked about? He's just basically Rick Campbell, the defensive coordinator for the Calgary Stampeders, has said if they're going to come and win this football game, they're going to have to just rely on their secondary to go up and just man up on these guys, play one-on-one on the Edmonton receivers, and try and lock them down that way. They were having all kinds of problems in zone, so Campbell has made a big change and gone to man-to-man. That was one-on-one, Keon Raymond and Carr.
And Kerry Joseph now 0 for 5 in the second half. 2nd and 10, in trouble, and gets away. Downfield, it's intercepted. Intercepted by Chris Randall. Intended for Kerry Cope, but the strong side linebacker, Chris Randall, has his first CFL interception.
Was really having a quiet year at that adjusting linebacker spot where you were often asked to go back and cover down the field, and he was deep here. Reacts to the football, steps up, really thrown right to him. He plays high with a man-to-man concept underneath the deep player. Almost like catching a punt.
8th interception by the Stamps this year. Kevin Glenn checks down, and there's Cornish. And he gets tripped up by the corner, Rod Williams.
Utah State. Just mentioned another famous Canadian Football League player that went to Utah State, Anthony Calvillo.
Replacing the injured Demetrius Morley early in the season. Well, Keon Raymond told Jermaine Franklin at halftime that the defense would have to be better in the second half, and have they ever. Kerry Joseph now 0 for 6 with an interception. Here's Kevin Glenn, and he has an open receiver on the sidelines, and the catch is made by McDaniel. And Kevin Glenn feeling the effects of that. Might have hit his passing hand on a helmet.
That's exactly what it looks like. You can see right through the throwing lane. Just gets hit a little bit just as he's throwing it. A real accurate throw to the sideline.
It's Julius Williams off the edge to toss him down. But a 15-yard connection to McDaniel. Now Cornish. And Clint Kent just got enough at Cornish to bring him down. He was almost full throttle through the hole.
John Cornish starting to get the edge in this matchup we were talking about with J.C. Sherritt and with Cornish. This time Sherritt bouncing around in the hole. Now he's got gap responsibility on that backside, and he just hangs in there so long that he takes himself out of the play. 71 rushing yards now for John Cornish.
2 and 4.
8 there to set up 2nd and 2. Cote in a tight end, direct snap, and a reverse. Are we going to get a throw? No, Larry Taylor is brought down.
When you have great players.
Sherritt the tackle.
Yeah, when you got good football players, you got great players, they're going to respond, and Cornish starts to get a bit of the edge in this competition. And I know this is not Cornish running the ball, but J.C. Sherritt goes, okay, time for me to get involved again. Goes the wrong way initially, reacts to the reverse, and is there to make another tackle.
Snuffs out a new play in Dave Dickinson's bag of tricks. We haven't seen that one, but it didn't fool the top tackler in the CFL.
You know, he reacted to both. He reacted to the fake to Cornish for about 2 steps, and then you could see him redirect and get there.
So Rene Paredes comes on. 4 for 5 from outside the 40 this year. Trying to make it an 8-point Calgary lead. And he nails it. Now 16 for 18 on the year. Well, I'm going to let you wear Marcus Crandall's hat. What should they be thinking about on offense here to get back in the game?
Well, against a man structure, I don't think you go back to the run. Hound Jerome Messam up in there.
Charles and Messam in the backfield. There's Charles in motion. Looked like Calgary jumped. Maybe a free play from Messam, and again, he pushes the pile for 5, but looked like Stampeders were offside.
Well, here's what you can do. If defensively Marcus Crandall is facing a lot of man-to-man, which he has in the second half, then the defensive backs are really taken out of the run defense because they have their back to the play.
Offside. Calgary number 98. 5-yard penalty. If he puts down.
That's Torrey Davis, who is just back in the lineup after missing 2.
So Rick Campbell says they're going to play man, and Marcus Crandall then can say, okay, if the DBs are out of the run-stopping responsibilities and not able to help there because they got their back to the play, you can isolate linebackers and maybe get some big runs.
Bunch to the wide side. Messam in behind Joseph. 1st and 5, and they go to the wide side. And Messam surged ahead after the initial contact to get a couple. Slowed up on the play by DeMonte Bolden, who could have had him for a loss.
Messam got positive yards out of that when Bolden really cut him off. Didn't let him get the corner. And he did it from a long way away, as he's down in the interior of that defensive line, but he reads the blocks and that slide blocking from the offensive line and just goes and cuts Messam off.
So it's 2nd and 3.
Oh, look at this.
Messam again, and that's Charleston Hughes off the edge to drop Messam for a loss.
Well, you want to run the ball, and that's exactly what Edmonton was trying to do, but you got to block him up, and Charleston Hughes not blocked off the edge. He's been quiet this afternoon.
Coming off a Defensive Player of the Week game last week.
Not quiet on this play. Making tons of noise on this play. That's a tackle for the loss. As good as a sack in my book.
So we hit the 5-minute mark in the 4th quarter. Stamps have outscored Edmonton 17-2 in the second half. Larry Taylor back at his 25. And a return over the 35 for Taylor. Corbin Sharoon in on the tackle. Well, a big play by Charleston Hughes, who was a force last week in Saskatchewan. As the Rough Riders couldn't get anything done, Hughes with a couple of sacks, forced fumbles, a dominant performance, interception as well. Just about everybody was impressed. Jermaine Franklin on who wasn't as impressed.
That's right, Chris. Despite the 2 sacks, the 2 forced fumbles, and the interception, Charleston Hughes barely got a passing grade from his defensive line coach, Devon Claybrooks. He gave Hughes a 5 out of 10, and the reason being he knows exactly how good Charleston can be, and his standards are that much higher. Now, when I talked to Hughes about it, he admitted the grading scale's a little rough, but he also agreed that he has a lot more that he can give, and he expects to do that throughout the rest of the season.
Here's Kevin Glenn to work, and he misses McDaniel on that seam route. Well, he had been quiet for the most part tonight, but that was a big play on that last series for Hughes and company. He just doesn't get any respect. He was number 51 on our top 50.
Yeah, well, he's moving up that list. Guarantee you that. And maybe he'll move up his coach's list as well a little bit. 5 out of 10 is harsh when you've had the game that he had a week ago in Saskatchewan. I don't know how as a defensive end you can play better than that. But if there's that much of an upside that we haven't seen from Charleston Hughes, I for one can't wait.
2nd and 10 for Glenn. Short drop, shovel, Cornish, and he was slowed up, and there he is,
okay.
The middle linebacker, J.C. Sherritt once again, and that forces the 2 and out.
Back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes you're going to get beat. Sometimes you're going to be in the wrong hole. It's not the mistake you make or the missed tackle. It's what you do the next play. And we showed you John Cornish getting the edge on J.C. Sherritt, and in the last 2 series, Sherritt's taking control again.
5'9", 218, former Buck Buchanan Award winner, is the top defensive player in Division I football. Pressure was on, but Maverick gets away a beauty. Joe Burnett lets it bounce, and this one's going to go into the end zone, and that'll be a valuable single point. It's now a 9-point Calgary lead. Maverick drills an 81-yarder. Well, a reminder, CFL on TSN, Wendy's Friday Night Football continues this Friday, and these 2 teams will go head-to-head again. It's a tough turnaround and a great tradition in the Canadian Football League. The Battle of Alberta, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific on TSN and TSN Mobile TV. Well, they've been spinning their tires in the second half. Gary Joseph trying to get this Eskimo offense kick-started again, and there's Fred Stamps wide open. Stamps is going to go for a run. Eric Fraser trying to track him down, and finally bumped out at the 20. Had a touchdown in the first half, and the first completion by the Eskimos in the second half is a 53-yarder.
If you are going to throw the football against man coverage, you run crossing routes, because if you get in a chase as a defensive back, you can run into some interference going across the middle. Fred Stamps uses the linebacking core of the Calgary Stampeders as a pick, and he cuts across, is wide open on the other side.
6th time he's caught a pass for over 30 this year. They've all come in the last 5 games. The slow start is well behind Fred Stamps. First down. Joseph threw his reads to the end zone. Carr can't bring it down. Look at Keon Raymond in perfect position again. And there's a late flag.
Yeah.
Gary Joseph got hit after delivering the football.
5'10". You do the math. Major foul, roughing the passer. Calgary number 99. Half the distance to the goal line. First down.
Corey Mace, the 4th roughing the passer penalty for John Hufnagel's crew this year.
Spin move, he comes out of it. This is again a close one, because he couple steps, 2 steps. Could he have avoided contact after the ball was gone? I think the answer to the question is yes, he could have.
Sets up a first down at the 11. Messing in the backfield. Here comes the heat from Randall. Joseph will run out of bounds and took a late hit there, and don't see any flags. And Demonte Bolden tried to hold up Joseph, and The official keeps the flag in his pocket.
And I think the right call made. He was trying to help him and hold him up as he got to the sideline. There was no attempt to put a hit on Joseph there. He just slowing his momentum, tried to grab him and hold him in. Good no call by the official there. They use their discretion and see that the player was just trying to help him out.
Big man at 290 pounds going full throttle.
Yeah.
You can't put the brakes on that quick.
Like trying to turn around a steamship.
2nd and 10. Here they come. Joseph got away. And a move on Mayo, and now flags and a face mask. And this will be the 6th consecutive game Calgary will get called for a face mask penalty. Deron Mayo, the culprit.
We showed you the graphic early. Kerry Joseph, one of the few quarterbacks in CFL history to rush for 1,000 yards. That was a few years back.
Foul, face mask. Calgary number 42. Half the distance from the end of the play. First down.
That was a few years back when he was in Ottawa, but that magic is still there for Kerry Joseph. Turned 39 this year, avoids the rush there, breaks a tackle there. Nice little move. There's the face mask. I'll give him a new set of downs on the one.
So a couple of major penalties extending the drive. 1st and goal. Joseph, keeper, and at the goal line, got Eskimos signaling touchdown, and yes, we get the signal from the official. Eskimos in the end zone. Rushing touchdowns at 3 straight for Kerry Joseph.
Had a similar play, but walked in against Toronto. This time a little more difficult as he had to fight and scratch and claw his way against that Calgary D-line. The second effort and a little bit of a lunge there gets him across the goal line.
Center Kyle Koch, the right guard Greg White, and Joseph plows in.